levels to this. 70, there's levels to this. 80, levels. 90, levels. 100, levels. 120, I worked hard. Too hard. 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 I worked hard. No, you better hear me. That's what's wrong with this generation. This generation won't stop that they did not earn.
Welcome to the UOU launch party, virtual launch party. I'm your host, Quincy Harris, aka QDZ. Look, I got the book. Did you get the book UOU? I'm in the middle of reading this book right now, and I will tell y'all this book right here is next level. This is next level. I've read all of E's books, but this one right here paints a picture of the story. It paints a picture of the grind. It gives you principles. We open up the book. You hear NBA. Well, he's going to be a Hall of Famer, Chris Paul talking. But right now, let's bring in the author of the book UOU, my man E.T. Dr. Eric Thomas. What's up, brother?
Hey, bro, let me tell you something. My wife had a beauty appointment in Detroit, so we drove there. It was about a 2-hour hookup. Then we drove 40 minutes to this restaurant we love. Then we went to Lowe's, and then we drove back. You feel me, QDZ? So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, bro? The grind don't stop, you know. And what I mean by the grind, I just mean, you know, like every day, you know, the everyday responsibilities, the everyday, you know, joys and happiness. Like, you know, it don't stop because
Yeah.
you wrote a book. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I just want to encourage everybody, bro. Like, bro, I celebrated in the dark. It took me a year to do this. Then it took the publishing company a year to edit, to market, to get it out, to print it. You know, so this has been a 2-year process for me. So for a lot of people, this their first day. You know what I'm saying? Like this their first time experiencing it.
I mean, this is a live, virtual UOU book release party. People say, Quay said he got the pre-order came today. Shout out to Quay. A bunch of people are saying they got the book. Griffin Notary, he said my book came today. He got a whole LLC. You know what I'm saying? Everybody say they got the book. I saw you on your Instagram earlier today, and there was a young gentleman. You were actually in the bookstore, and he was buying the book. You happened to be in the book, and can you tell the difference between this book and previous books? Because you talked about it a little bit on your Instagram video today, a little bit earlier.
Yeah, bro. You know, being married, you know, to a publishing company, it's different. You know, when you're doing your own thing, you do whatever you want to do when you want to do it. When you're doing it with a publishing company, bro, it's a marriage. You know, and you know, somebody was like, "Hey, next time you run through the airport, bring me a book." I was like, "I ain't got no books. I had to buy that book from Barnes and Noble." Was like, this ain't like when we self-publish and we got 500 of them in the garage. You know, like this ain't that. You know, but I'm gonna tell you why I did it. I did it because you know I wanted to go to another level. Like I wanted to be in Barnes and Nobles. I wanted to be at the airport. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I wanted that experience. You feel me? So, so by the grace of God, I knew our machine wasn't equipped to do it on the level that I wanted to do it on. I wanted to be in Africa. I wanted to be in Australia. It's tough, bro, trying to email, you know what I'm saying? I mean, when we were shipping books to Australia, bro, it cost like $50, $100 just to ship. So I was like, no, I ain't trying to do that. So I wanted to go with a machine. Super excited about it, but you got to compromise, bro. You got to compromise, you know. But even for him to say after the year of writing, it's gonna take a year to get it out. I'm like, it's gonna take a year to get it out. But
Wow.
I'll say this to you. It took 2 years, but I could tell when we were number one as soon as it came out, I could tell that a different machine, Rory, Tiff, Brandon, I could tell, bruh, that it wasn't I could tell that it was
Yeah.
air traffic controllers. I could tell it was a system to it because I promise you, bruh, last night we was like 500 and something at 1 o'clock in the morning, and then by
Yeah.
6:58 a.m. we was number one in the world, bruh.
Man, it has to be an amazing feeling. I want to bring it on because, you know, the one thing about your journey that you've talked about, you know, repeatedly, and now it's like it's an action verb, right? It's CJ, right?
Yeah.
And now I hear people saying like, well, I got my CJ, right? You know, it's me, you know, and I know people come up to you now like, it's like me and such, it's like you and CJ, right? And you talk about CJ in the book, but I would love to bring CJ on because this is not just a celebration for you, but this is a celebration for CJ as well, because he's been there every step of the way. He said to you, I don't know what year that was, but he said to you he was going to make you a household name, and now we see that come. It's been there, but we seeing it's getting bigger and bigger, and it doesn't seem like it's slowing down anytime soon, man.
Yeah,
CJ, where you at, brother? Are you in the sphere? Well, look, look. CJ is around. Oh, there he is. Repping Detroit as always. Lansing, Detroit, Michigan. What's up, C?
Man, you know what's up, man. You see what I'm working with right here. We own it, bro. We're not playing no games. We own it. UOU. What's up? How y'all feeling?
CJ, I know you told E. Can you go back to the point when you told E, and he talks about it a lot, about when you said to him you were going to make him a household name, and looking at this book, and what year was that, and the work and the dedication that it took to get to just this point, and it seemed like you guys keep elevating and elevating.
Yeah, for sure. So let me say this. Like, I don't know if anybody heard the podcast, but I'm not somebody who's like easily moved. Like, that's not my thing. Like, I'm a pretty straightforward dude. I pretty much got a firm mindset on what I believe and how I move and things like that. I'm gonna just be real. I never even knew what a motivational speaker was. I was talking to Maul the other day. He was like, "What you mean?" I was like, "Bro, I didn't know. I had never heard of Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Les Brown. I came up in Michigan, bro. Hey, we do blue collar stuff. Ain't nobody striving for no millions of dollars or trying to be great and trying to do all this. We go to work. Like, we very blue collar." And so when I met E, I didn't even know what it was. I just know it moved me in a way that I had never been moved. And so people say it all the time, like, "Yo, see, why did you, stick by E, and why did you want to make him a household name?" He impacted my life. And I think that's a true testament to who E is. It wasn't just like, "Oh, I'm a fan," or I think you cool. Like, it really changed my life when I heard him speak about wanting more, about, doing for your family, about being financial freedom, like spiritual freedom. All of those things impacted me, Q. So I was like, man, it's no way. Like, imagine this. Imagine me watching E in a classroom with 40 kids and hearing the type of speeches now that you all have been privy to, and going, how in the world does nobody know about this? It was almost as if LeBron was playing at the local YMCA. And you would be like, yo, LeBron is 6'8", he 260, he's dunking on everybody, he's shooting from anywhere, he's the top physical form of the game, and yet he's at the local Y when I know he should be dunking on people in the NBA. And when I saw that, I took it as a personal mission, not for me, not for the team, but for the world, to say, what would happen to people's lives if they were able to see E on a regular basis, if they were able to hear his words on a regular basis. And now we got testimonials coming in from people who beat cancer, testimonials from people who kids got off drugs, who saved their marriage, who graduated college, who passed the bar exam, got their law degree, all because of those words. And so, man, when we say UOU, like, we not speaking something that we heard. We're talking about really coming from the bottom and getting to a place where all of your dreams and everything that you want becomes a reality. So yeah, I'm hyped, man. It's book day. This book is tremendous. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
For those of you who hadn't read it,
Yeah.
I mean, bro, I cried, I laughed, I was mad, I was every emotion you could possibly imagine with this book, man. And it'll change your life, Q. So I don't mean to rant and ramble, but I'm excited, bro.
No, listen, I tell you, it's some stories in the book, and I haven't gotten far, but certain stories in the book that you hear E talk about a lot in the, just in his regular speech, or if you watch him on YouTube, or if you follow TGIM, that he gives a lot of backstory and meat on the bone to that. I was like, oh wow, it was like that. Like I didn't know, you did. Man, I'm not trying to give too much up, but like I didn't know you did 12-hour shifts, at McDonald's, and then going to high school, and just like really just talking about the struggle, right? And a lot of people see now how you guys have built this empire, and they see the Tobys, and we see the Inkies, and we see the Jamal Kings. But you guys really started from, a platform of just a clean slate. And just to see this today, it's a testament to your relationship and your stick-with-it-ness, right? Like, E said something about being in a marriage with a book, the book company, the book publisher. Just talk about, E, please jump in on this. Just talk about you guys' marriage, you guys' relationship, and how you guys kept this successful.
Yeah, hey, we got my man Randy in. Me and C can always. Let's get Randy in here for a quick minute. Yeah, man, and then me and C will answer that question.
Yeah, we're okay. We got Randy. I think Randy's in the car. Randy Nordine. Where's Randy? We doing it live, y'all. It's listen.
Live, y'all.
Be here with Randy's in the car.
Oh, that ain't Randy. That's Madison.
Madison, what's up, Madison?
There we go. I had.
Madison's in the car.
I don't think his internet is working, y'all. I don't know if it's working.
I know that roof is working though.
Somebody text Madison and tell him to go get his signal right.
What up? Randy, what it do?
Oh, we got Randy.
I don't think this. Yeah, I don't think the car is gonna work.
Mobile. So let me answer that question while we try to get people, and if we can figure out in the background if we can get their audio tight. We want to be respectful of the people's times and all of that. But honestly, I always say, Q, like I had no idea why God brought E into my life. I wasn't one of those people that was outwardly looking for anything. Like by nature, I was just a pretty confident kid. I grew up with the best father in the world. I know, Q, you have a great dad too. We could debate that later. But I grew up with a phenomenal father. I tell people all the time, people are like, oh, my dad never used to miss my games. And I was like, okay, well, my dad never missed practice. Like my dad was not only at every game, he was at every practice. And so imagine, Q, I have a strong Black father figure in the house since I was born. I had no earthly reason to go look for a mentor, an influence, a big brother, none of that. I felt 100% secure. And then I met E, and I can't even tell you how much other stuff that he unlocked for me, right? Like there was just so much. Like I tell people all the time, my walk with God has increased at least 1,000-fold because I didn't even know that you could just pray wherever. Like imagine, Q, I grew up Catholic. We do things a little different, right? Yeah. So imagine me and E, we riding around. We just left a school. He like, yo, you want to swing by Chick-fil-A? We going by Chick-fil-A. We in the drive-through. Somebody didn't call E for prayer. And we in the middle of the drive-through and E like, let's bow our heads. Father God in heaven. I'm like, they at the drive-through queue like, what, do you want a chicken sandwich? I'm like, wait. So I didn't even know that you could pray just whenever you wanted to. Like that was foreign to me. And I watched his relationship with Christ. And I'll tell you one thing, and I don't want to give too much of the book away because you need to buy it and you need to read it and you need to let it change your life. But I think our relationship went to a whole nother level because I always was his right hand, but never did I feel a stronger need to be, and not that he needed me to, but to be protective and to like really watch over him than to watch a group of individuals try to assassinate his character. Now, here's a man who I had been on the road with, who, when we had $100, I had 50. When we went to a hotel and there was only one bed, he took the floor and made me take the bed. And I had been watching how he did for years. Here's somebody who, we didn't even have it like that. But if he had $100, $20, $30, $50, he would give it to the homeless person on the street. And I watched a group of individuals try to assassinate his character. And I promise you, when I saw that and I said, man, here go a dude who don't swear, he don't cuss, he don't drink, he don't smoke, he don't cheat on his wife, he treat everybody good, he pray to God every day. And not that he's perfect, but he has perfect intentions. And I watched people try to slander my man like he was the worst human on earth. And the story's in the book. But I was like, I took that personal, Q, and I was like, you know what? I don't care if we make millions of dollars. I don't care if, we travel the world. I will let the world know that this dude really is who he is. And I love it because people look at me like, oh, see the two man, he the right hand. I wish I could have a CJ. And I think some kind of way they think like, that's like cool to me. Like I grew up wanting to be a two man. I wanted to be the one. I wanted to be LeBron or Jordan or, Brady. But I met somebody who I said, you know what? Nope. Your job is to push him forward. And that's what we've done. And as a result, I've been extremely blessed. Don't weep for me. My family's been extremely blessed. But I watched E and I said, even through all of that, and this is what's crazy, y'all. You talk about learning something. Where I come from, you do me like that, we either gonna throw hands or don't ever talk to me again. When I tell you E, I would go to him and be like, dog, I told E flat out, I was still young, Q. Like, I'll roll up on my man. Like, I ain't say specifically I was gonna beat nobody down, but I told E like, yo, you need me to run up on my man. I don't like how you talking about, bro. I will roll up, and E will be like, bro, forgive him, bro. Forgive him. They don't even know why they doing that. They hurt. Don't even worry about it. And then we would see them out. I remember one time we was at a soccer game, one of the East kids soccer game. We saw him out, and I was like, my blood start boiling, my heart start beating, and I was like, E, bro. And he was like, see, relax. And my man rolled by us and he was like, hey, how you doing? Dude was like, hey, what's going on? Y'all doing all right? He was like, blessed. And I remember getting mad at E, like, E. And he was like, bruh, that's their problem with me. I don't have no problem with them. And I just remember being like, dog, like, who is this dude? And so when I talk about learning from somebody, it's somebody that I'm grateful to have y'all learn from. It's a lot of people on the internet, bruh. And a lot of people who trying to take your money and a lot of people who fake witnessing and fake prophets and all of that stuff, man. I'm sitting here telling you from experience. This man is the godfather to my children. This man is my best friend, my mentor. He's been everything to me. And I still have that same level of reverence. I love it. People are like, I'm the biggest ET fan. No, you're not. I worked for him for free for 5 years. And I'd do it again if I had to. And so I'm in this thing for life. This ain't no relationship that could be broken up. This is my brother, my mentor. Blood couldn't make us no closer. It is what it is. So I know that was a long answer to how's the relationship been, man. But I owe this man everything, and he continues to amaze, man. Even still, I'll tell a quick little story, and I'll shut up and let E talk because I know y'all on here to hear E talk. But I tell you, and I don't even know if I told E this, but it must have been about a month ago. We went to Chicago, and we were at this church, and me and E had left from Michigan, and we drove from Lansing to Chicago, and I drove E, and he was like half asleep in the back. He always say he's gonna take a nap, so he put all the seats down and lay down. And I was like riding, and I was just like, wow, God, like I used to do this for him all the time. Now I don't get on the road with him all the time, and he got a team, and he got all kind of stuff. Him and Didi rolling now, but I remember thinking to myself, wow, 15 years later, and I'm driving E to a church. And we got to the church and we went in the green room, and me and him was in the green room just cutting up, laughing, having a good time. He went on stage and killed it and got out of there. And I was just like, wow, God, we stuck to the mission. And more importantly, we stuck to the mission while maintaining our relationship through making great money, through being free financially, through me having a wife, getting married, kids. He married me and my wife, my brothers and their wives got married by E. And it's like, wow, God, we still got that relationship intact. And I think when you look at somebody, you can also point to their relationships as a testament to their character. So, man, I'm just happy to celebrate my brother on this day, to be honest with you, man.
All right, this is great. Listen, I have my book. Shout out to Amazon. I got like 5 or 6 more coming. If you do not have the book, go to uoubook.com. That's uoubook.com. I'm telling y'all, this one is different. This is I don't want to give it away. It feels like a movie. I felt and I could see everything that was going on while you were talking, E. And this is a book for all ages. uoubook.com. I believe we have CJ, you're not going nowhere. You here.
Well, and before we leave too, I want to make sure we get to your story about how you met E. Let's not do that because you got a good story on that too. So let me know when we can come back to that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have nothing but time. We are letting people know. Please, I see the numbers. The numbers are increasing. Please go to uoubook.com. We got Moose, man. Like Moose has an amazing story. I know Moose is part of the ETA family. I see Nikki and Moose with the podcast. They doing their thing, but I know Moose and ET have a special relationship. I believe we're going to bring Moose in. Moose live from New York. It's Moose live from New York. There he is. He is live.
I'm all the way live. I'm all the way live with the book, the audio book. I got them all right now. I'm very live.
Yes,
very
sir.
Live.
Now, Moose, you know, I know you and E connected on a special level, but can you just talk about your relationship with E? Talk about the importance of this book. But like, first of all, like how you guys connected.
Bro, listen, man, I try not to say this too much because I know he don't like getting, he don't like people giving him props like that. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to say it anyway, but it's a very special relationship for me, Q. I met E while I was in college. I was 20 years old. And to be honest with you, almost at a fork in the road. It's, do I continue pursuing my dreams of wanting to play professional baseball and continue going after college, although I had a very crazy upbringing? Or do I just, go and take care of my family and figure it out? And I can tell you that at every milestone, at every crazy moment in my life, it was E's message in my ear that kept me through. But what really sealed the deal was I connected with him on Facebook back in 2012, and he came to New York to speak. As a matter of fact, that's the first time I met CJ too. CJ gave me his business card at the time. And stayed in touch. I found out the following week he was going to be at a church in New Jersey. Now, Q, you could tell from my name, Mustafa Ghonem. People call me Moose, but the name is Mustafa Ghonem. That is very Egyptian, very Muslim, may I say, right? Very Muslim. And something told me this relationship transcends religion. It transcends faith and all these things. Man, I'll be honest with you. I walked in behind this man into a church and put all this stuff aside. And the caliber of the person he was, he helped me to get closer to my creator, even though we don't believe in the same religion per se. Man, and I don't know, y'all recognize like how powerful that is for us to continue to connect and build and work together and do all of this stuff. And not ever was he like, oh, this Jesus dude pretty sweet. Like you might want to, if you're going to work this closely with me, you might want to jump ship. Not once has he ever, made that pressure on me. So man, it's just so much great things to say about E. And my favorite part is, of course, what I think everyone's going to say is that he is a phenomenal person and even better off camera, off stage, behind all this stuff. This is just the icing on the cake. This is just like, oh, y'all get to see a little bit of what we got. But nah, man, 10 years in, and all I can say, man, is super grateful, super grateful.
Yeah. Moose, if somebody's out there and they're watching this and they're like, I do want to buy the book, but like what's some nuggets that may push me over the top to really go get this book at uoubook.com? What would you say?
I mean, this is the first book where we really threw in the flight assessment in there. I mean, for those of you who know about the assessment and the flight assessment and what it has done for myself, for Eve, for everyone who's talked and just how much he believes in it, this is the only book out of all the books that he's written that has how to utilize the flight assessment and really take your personal life, your relationships, your money to the next level. This is the only book that talks about that in there. So secretly embedded in this book, I won't tell you what page, like 50 somewhere, I don't know, something like that, but secretly embedded in this book is the flight assessment, man. So if nothing else, if you're not like, oh yeah, no, all this other stuff is cool. If nothing else, the flight assessment between you, your relationships, and your money, you need to get a couple of copies of this book, and I mean that.
Yeah, Moose, I will say this: the flight assessment has changed my life. So you just that alone, you need to get UOU. Moose, I appreciate it, man. Look, we have so many more guests. People are here to show you love because you poured into so many people and us all the time. This is book day. I believe we have the Bayesian sensation. I believe we have Carl. I mean, Carl is what we call down like 4 flat tires. Like he is the beginning of TGIM. Carl, the creator, we like to call him around my way. I believe we have Carl. It's Carl around. He is like, we're just calling him up. This I love this live feeling. Please, and if you have the book, let us know. There he is. Look at him shining like a diamond.
Hey, you asked
Shining
if I'm
like a
around. Is
diamond.
this the UOU book party? What do you mean if I'm around? What is that supposed to mean, Q? Come on.
Carl, tell us, man. We've heard this story time and time again, and there may be some people that are new to ETA brand. Talk about how you and ET connected. Talk about your involvement, because we would like to say you're like the Dr. Dre. Is that safe to say? He's like the Dr. Dre of ETA. Come on, I'm bragging. He's the Dr. Dre of ETA. Carl, take it over, brother.
Man, let me just be real with y'all. I'll just say he drew first blood, and I haven't been able to repay it yet. Like, I'm just being real. And I just wish people could get to know the Eric Thomas behind the ET, the hip hop preacher. And y'all gonna hear the same sentiment throughout, man. But the man, the brother, the friend behind, like what y'all see, like y'all, I'll be honest, y'all getting cheated. Y'all getting cheated. Like the person that he is, like, and everybody else say he not perfect, but his intentions are so pure, man. Q, and I said he drew first blood. I'll never forget. I'll tell you 2 quick stories. My wife and I do, college students, bro. Actually, we weren't even married then. We college students just trying to figure it out, fresh off the boat, right? We up here in cold Michigan, bro, and I'm talking about like just trying to figure life out. We ain't got no money. We just figuring life out. And I was like, yo, E, can I borrow your vacuum? Our apartment kind of getting a little funky out here. I gotta clean this joker up. Bro, he lent me the vacuum. And I promise you, I woke up the next morning, Q, like this simple, but I woke up the next morning to a brand new vacuum cleaner. Here's the truth. That was better than the one that he had at his house that he lent me. Like that's the person that I got introduced to. I was like, yo, like I just need to borrow a vacuum real quick. Bro, I'm thinking I'm just going to use it and just ship it right back to my man. He came back to get his. Listen to what I'm saying. It ain't like I had to take it to him. He listened to all the pieces. He brought the vacuum to me. I used it. He came back to grab the vacuum, and while grabbing it, blessed Tamisha and I with a new vacuum. Bro, he drew first blood, and like people talk about Carl being the ground crew dude. Like, Q, it's real easy when you got a leader like that, you know what I'm saying? Like looking out for you, your well-being at all times. Like I'll be real with y'all. I grew up in the church, Q. Let me be 100%. I grew up in the church. And I have not seen that caliber of a lot. Like I'm not even gonna hold my words. I ain't seen a lot of pastors, ministers do a lot for people. I'm just being 100% transparent with y'all. So I came up with this thing. Like I ain't really had a lot of respect for ministers. I'm just being 100. Like I did not have that kind of respect because I never saw it. Like people was like, you preach and you disappear. We see you again next week. That's what I knew a minister was. So the fact that watch this. The fact that I felt comfortable enough to, hey, can I even borrow your vacuum based on my relationship with, people that were spiritual like that, bro, it was amazing. That's one. Two, the second one, Q, number 2, bro, we ain't had no car. So I'm like, eventually, and he and I are starting to, we starting to get a little relationship now. And I'm like, yo, can you, I need a ride up to wherever. When you going on campus tomorrow, Tamisha, and I need to get up there. What time? He's like, what time? Noon? I was like, yeah, don't worry about time. We'll roll with you. Like, whatever time you going up there, 6, we going to get a ride. We ain't got no car. Bruh, I don't know how long after, I don't know if you remember, but we called her Big Bertha. He had what year was it? 92 Suburban? Am I getting it right?
Maybe about 2000.
2000? I knew it was something. I think it was 2000 or 2001. I think so.
Yeah.
Yep. So, Q, why do I have the keys to the Suburban and I'm picking Eric up in the morning? Like, this was his car.
Wow.
Like, I ain't had no car. Like, literally, we completely flipped roles, and now I'm picking him up like it's my car. I'm dropping him off and keeping the car. I'm like, yo, this don't make no sense, but I'm just trying to like give you guys the picture of the man that we follow. We're not following E because he just a motivational speaker. We're not following E because I don't know, but he ain't had no, I was gonna say he got money, but he ain't had no money, thank you. We're not following E for none of those things. We're following E because of the character, the fact that he looked out for us in a way that I'm talking about. Probably only my parents, E, would top that. Like, there's story on top of story. She talked about some of the spiritual stuff. I could go down the list of stuff for spiritual stuff, man. But when you meet somebody of that caliber, like she said, it ain't going nowhere. I don't care what happened. I don't care. He gonna do something to upset me, I'm sure. But that relationship can't go nowhere when you meet somebody of that character, because for real, that ain't coming around. Let me just say it like that. It ain't coming around no more like that. They don't make them like that no more, man.
Yeah. Yes. Can you talk about, and we, a lot of people hear about Carl and, the beginning of TGIM. Just, can you talk about the importance of what Carl brought to your life and how he elevated you?
Yeah, it's in the book. I don't want to give.
Yeah.
Too much away. You got to get the book.
It's not that I don't want to give it away. It's a sequence in the book. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of times you hear me tell stories, but I'm telling them in pieces. I'm not telling the whole story. Now I'm going from childhood all the way to now, and you can see the sequence. You can see the order. But I'll just say this to you. Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman. You think about Michael Jordan is not Michael Jordan without Dennis Rodman. He's not Michael Jordan. But with Dennis Rodman, he's 72-10. You feel me? He's 72-10. He win 3 championships, back to back to back. So and it takes the pressure and the stress off of him. You feel me? So for me, what Carl has done is, really, what's the word I'm looking for? Crystallized, my legacy, memorialized my legacy, and really took it from being something that only a few people could touch or get a handle on, to everybody all over the world. If they want to, they can have access. You feel me? So from micro to macro, so yeah, bro. And that's just, what I'm saying? Like, that's just that. Like I said, I don't want to, you got to read the book.
Yeah.
And you got to see everybody together, see all the pieces together so it can make sense to you.
Yeah.
Hey,
Carl.
I'm all in the audio book. I'm over here trying to get through the audio. I want to hear that voice.
Yes, sir. Well, Carl, I know you are deeper than the brand, and we thank you, brother. Carl, let's give it up for Carl, guys. We can check him out. Deeper than the brand. Stick-with-it-ness podcast. We appreciate you. Don't forget, go to uoubook.com. If you do not have the book, that's uoubook.com. Coming up, we have another guest. We have another guest. We have a young gentleman. He's out of Chicago. If you don't know about Chicago, we will be at the 120series.com. You can get tickets while they still are around. That is September 23rd. We will be in Chicago. This young gentleman is from Chicago. He was a former police officer. He walked out on the job because he is now he's policing the world. We have the Jamal King, the 9 to 5 millionaire. There he is.
Let's go.
What is the deal? What's up, brother?
Oh, man. What's up, bro? Let's go, man.
Hey, Ball, it's book day, brother. It's UOU.
Bro, let me tell you something, man. Look, Bruh, I am so excited. I think, man, I'm more excited about this book than I did when I came out with my book, man. Just because I know how long this man has been putting this book together, bruh. Like this has been something in something in the works for years. And man, I'm just excited, man. Congratulations, bro. I'm proud of you, man. I saw the grind. I saw you, man, all the sleepless nights, bro. You coming to the podcast, wiping your eyes because you've been putting this book together, man. But nah, bro, it's just serious, man. When I even the title, UOU, you're talking about America, where America is in debt, right? We believe in loaning money out, and everybody owes somebody. But he came out with the title of this book called UOU. So before you go paying everybody else and worried about everybody else, man, you owe it to yourself first to pay yourself that currency, that currency that's gonna make you successful in life, man. So man, big congratulations to my brother.
Now, Maul, we can't give away too much in the book, but I would like to say, how has E affected your life? Right? We've heard the story. Certain things were learned in the book, but how has he affected your life? What drew you to E? And how has he, just changed you as a man?
Yeah, bro. So everybody know the story, man. How in the beginning, how I just, I was coming to the conferences. I was already doing, big things as far as with business and things like that. But it wasn't until I started coming to the conferences, man, and seeing E in person and hearing his message where it really just resonated with me, his message. And, and it was all about just getting more out of me. And I think I think a lot of people miss that. Like I didn't look for him to help me develop a business or start this or start that. It was something that was already in myself. But what E's message, bro, just getting more, just that grind and getting up and going at it. And it's crazy too, because I've always been on my 5 pillars, right? Faith, family, finance, fitness, and freedom. And this man aligned. He was one of the first people, bro, that I was like, man, this dude is preaching exactly my beliefs. And so, man, it was just, his message, man, and just, the pillars. I see how this man treats his wife. I see how he treats his children. He is exactly who he say he is. And I think that's what's important. This day and age where everybody's out here, man, with the Rolexes and all this other stuff trying to be not. I've been around. I had the pleasure to be I've had the pleasure, to be around him and be around him. I'm talking about like personally, not just on the stage, not just on podcasts, but man, we was in Dubai for a whole week. And bro, the way he treats his family, man, the way he just, he's about that talk, bro. He's all about it. And I think that's what's really important to me. And like I said, Q, I used to pray, bro. I used to pray for this.
Wow.
I prayed for this. So this is bigger than just E.T., the hip hop preacher. It's bigger than E.T., the number one motivational speaker in the world. When I look at him, I see answered prayers because I prayed to God that he changed my circle of influence. That was my prayer. I didn't pray for money. I didn't have to pray for a car. I didn't have to pray for a house. I always say it's 2 things I prayed for, and one of them, was my son. I prayed for him. I prayed for my son. And the other one was I prayed that God changed my circle of influence. And Q, never would I have thought in a million years that God would bring me the number one motivational speaker, the number one influencer. I prayed for God to change my circle of influence, and he brought to me the number one influencer in the world. And he goes by the name of Eric Thomas.
Man, listen, I can't wait to see you next Friday, man, at the 120series.com. I know you're going to be turned up because we going home. You can walk. You could walk to the venue. So I can't wait to see you, brother, in person, man. It's always great to talk to you. And again, it's E, the one thing I say about you is you attract A1 people, just A1 people, like everyone we've had on, from Moose to Carl to Jamal. You attract A1 people. Can you just talk about that? And I know you talk about it in the book, but just lightly gloss over how has it been that you have these?
You are what you attract. So so if you're a 10, you're gonna attract a 10. If you're a 3, and here's what's so crazy: people want to attract a 10 when they're a 3. It's like, yo, chill. Like here, I can guarantee you can get a 10 if you're a 10. I can't guarantee you a 10 if you're a 3. But if you are a 10, I can guarantee you're going to be a 10. I guarantee you're going to attract a 10. I guarantee you 10s are going to want to be around you. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so it's easy, fam. It ain't hard. Just become what you want, and it's gonna happen. Now, I know we had tried to get Randy on earlier, and it didn't work. Is he there?
Randy?
Is Randy
Randy?
there?
I'm here, Coach. Dude, I'm here. Let's
What's
go,
up, Randy?
Coach. Can you hear me?
Oh, I can
Oh,
hear you.
Randy's on the river.
What we doing, fellas? Dude, we're out here. I back this out. I mean, I am so you owe you.
Well, I couldn't hear him, Q. I couldn't hear what
Yeah.
he said. He's
Listen,
out there.
listen. Randy is on the river. He
Yeah.
said for everyone to go to uoubook.com. Okay. That was the gist of what Randy was saying. We'll try to get Randy on when he has when he's plugged up.
Yeah, I just got a text from him. He said he's gonna buy 250 books.
Well, Randy, make it 251 and buy one for the river. That's what I would like. uoubook.com. Hey, you know what? We have so many more guests. I believe we have from Houston, Texas, from SWAT. From I think he's not only a musician, he is he's an actor. We've seen him on Netflix. We've seen him on the Jimmy Kimmel Show. We've seen him producing not only a bigger family,
with black, the black and catfish and grits is what I want to do.
He knows Beyonce by first name.
Come on.
We have Toby Nwigwe. Toby, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing phenomenal. I wish I was doing as good as this book is doing. Come on, UOU. Hey, man. Hey, listen. I don't have too much to say. I'm a product of UOU. Philosophy, motto, mantra, whatever you want to call it. I had to step in here to this private room so y'all don't have to hear kids screaming on this live stream. But yeah. If I have anything to say about anything, is you owe yourself to go get this book right now.
UOU.
Toby, can you break down? Because I mean, we see you now. We see, I mean, you're out of here. I mean, we see you on Mo, you're on the Netflix show, you're eating, you were really eating in a couple of scenes. I saw you just you weren't even acting, you were just eating, right?
Was that the Breakfast Club?
Yeah, he was at the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, the Breakfast Club is on the show too. Yeah, the Breakfast
with a K. Toby, the last, I would like to say, 4 or 5 years of your life probably have felt like a blur for you. There have been so many different things. You're about to embark on your first European tour. But if you can go back and just talk about the principles that you learned from this man, E.T., and from his team, ETA and CJ as well, to take you to the level that we see you're on now. Just some of the things that'll get in the book. What's some of the things, the principles that you have learned to get you to this massive success that we see today?
I could just speak about the stuff that has taken my life and my family to the next level. It's real simple. Execution is worship. That's one for sure. And I know all the principles in the book point towards dying empty, leaving absolutely no potential on the table at all. So when I get up out of here to warn me, you can celebrate my life, because I'm going to do all that I have been put here to do. 100%.
I would like to just talk. I'd be remiss not to talk about the European tour for some of our, our guests overseas. What can people be prepared for? What can they be, ready to receive on this first European tour of Toby?
Just something like they've never ever seen before. We only do this for the people. It's going to be a monumental experience. It's going to feel like family. And we've never performed across the pond ever in life. Fat ain't really ever been overseas ever in her life. So it's about to be her first time even being able to see stuff. It's just about to be a very extremely beautiful moments.
Well, listen.
Don't get it twisted though. Q, she's from Michigan. It's the Upper Peninsula and the Lower Peninsula. It's the only state. It's the only state in the United States with an Upper Peninsula and a Lower Peninsula.
Okay.
It's the only one with the blue water and the hood at the same time. So she has seen the world. She just
Come on.
seen it in Michigan.
Okay. I get it.
That, you know, bring some joy and some light and some life to the pond. You know, of course, culturally right now as a country, you know, they're struggling, you know, with the loss of the queen. So you go over there and inspire and motivate the people.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, listen, I mean, it's just nothing but success and excellence swimming around these ETA waters. I mean, it's just, hey, and I'll bring this story back, and I talk about this a lot. But the first time I met E was 2014, and E comes to my radio show, and we talked, and I was like, man, I'll stop the music for an hour, and I stopped the music for an hour. I kind of told my boss, I'm like, I'll quit if we don't make this happen. And E comes, and we had a great time. And then at the end, and this happens a lot when you do radio, he was like, man, I have an artist. I'm like, oh. He's like, man, can you play my artist? I'm like, all right, okay. And then I heard the song, and I was like, I pre-listened. I'm like, no, this is cool. I said, no, we gonna break the rules. I'm playing this. And we played Toby's song, and just to see what happened from 2014.
You were the person to ever play Toby's song on the radio.
Toby, I wasn't about that. I was just saying, I have to, because again, I was just saying,
that's important to be said. And
listen, guys, well,
out there, and y'all looking for a label that don't gotta be in your videos. They don't gotta be, if you're looking for a label that just gonna use their influence to help you blow up, and come to ETA Records.
But just the last 8 years of what has happened, and a lot of successful people, they are the only ones successful. I want to say that a lot of successful people, you see success and the buck stops with them. But you see Toby, and then Toby has an entire ecosystem. And then you see CJ, and he has his entire ecosystem. And you see Carl, entire ecosystem. You see Nikki, you see Moose, you see kids like Maul. You see all of these people that are successful, right? So, it just, a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people say, no, we can be successful, but you got to be successful under me, and you can't do anything else other than me. And it's not like that. And, you know, you're a great example, Toby, man. Just seeing what, late night, late night talk shows, Beyonce, First Name, just 2 Chainz. I mean, so many different people. Black Thought. I mean, Erykah Badu, Jill Scott. I mean, it's just black. It's just
Dave Chappelle.
I forgot. The David LaChapelle. It just. It is you have OU, and you have literally taken the principles in this book and changed your life and changed your family and your community's life, and we're so proud of you, bro, and thank you for your time, because I know you have a tribe of people that you have to take care of right now.
100%.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Much love, bro.
Love y'all.
Always. UOUbook.com. Please go to UOUbook.com. This next gentleman I would like to bring up, because there's so many people that want to show love to you. The book dropped today. Please go to UOUbook.com. Y'all see it right there. Buy a book or 2. Buy a book or 6. That's what I did. I have my friend, he's having his 20-year wedding anniversary, and he's having a party on Saturday, and I bought enough books for everybody. So I'm bringing party favors. This book will be a party favor at the 20-year wedding anniversary. So I'm passing UOUs around, like UOU, and UOU, and UOU. So yeah, it's going down. This next gentleman I would like to bring up, he's been down with you for a long time. I mean, we do 3 a.m. club Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and every Wednesday we're blessed to have this gentleman on. He's a pastor. He's been with E for years. You'll hear his story, but we got TJ Titus. I mean, now you see him all over. I mean, Ohio State. He's in Minnesota. He's talking to Florida. University of Florida football team. TJ, what's up, brother?
What's going on?
Pastor TJ.
TJ works. TJ works.
TJ, it's book day, and you've been with E for a long time, and we talk about it on the 3 a.m. club with you every Wednesday. But just talk about some of the principles that you learned from ET, some of the principles that they'll get in this book, and some of the principles that E has taught you from this book that have changed your life, brother.
Yeah. First and foremost, let me say this, Q. Like y'all see the background, y'all see the white walls, y'all see the blurriness, right? I couldn't get my camera to click in, so I'm on the Apple camera, Q. And then the first thing, listen to me very carefully. I met E when I was accused of murder. I met E when my life was blurry. Like, look at my camera. There was no color to my life. No color, just a white background, whitewash. I was just kind of going through life. I didn't have any idea where I was going, what I wanted to do with my life. Like, I was like distraught, just stressed out. Like, just everything was blurred. Didn't know what to do. And we've all heard Eric's favorite quote: "When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe." What he taught me was I had that passion for football. If I can take that same passion, that obsession that I have for football, and use it in life, there was nothing and no one that can stop me. He taught me that I owed it to myself to maximize my full potential, that I owed it to myself to be motivated by the unknown. I live my life now motivated by the unknown. Like, I have no idea what I can accomplish. And my friends don't know, my enemies don't know, and that motivates me every day. They say, "Ooh, what can I do today? What can I produce today?" He says it all the time. The greatest commandment, the first commandment, is to produce. It's to produce. Like, you can work, you can grind, but are you producing? And that's one thing. Like, I can go all day, Q, but this one thing that I learned from this man is to produce. Like, just because you engage in activity don't mean nothing. Are you producing? As a father, are you producing? As a husband, are you producing? Right? As an athlete, as an entrepreneur, as a pastor, are you producing? And I took that, Q, and not only changed my life, but I changed my family's life. My oldest son just made the dean's list at Northwestern. I have a great father, a great mother, right, who raised me phenomenal. But when I added Eric to that, and he taught me how to produce at another level, now it's trickling down to my children. And it's going to trickle down to my children's children, children's children, children's children. And so, yeah, man, I just, like I said, I can go all day long. But now I wake up every day and I ask myself, have you maximized your full potential? Are you done yet? And the answer is always no. And so every morning I wake up, I'm that much more excited. I owe it to myself to be the greatest version of myself. I owe it to myself to be the best father, the best husband, the best pastor, the best mentor. I owe it to myself. And if I live like that, I'll never get tired. I'll never get frustrated. I'll never give up. I can't stop. I won't stop, right? Eric's quote, I can, I will, I must. And I ended with what? I did. I did.
Man, listen, TJ, every Wednesday, 3 a.m., I'm a couple of hours from now, 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are on Instagram Live, pouring into the people. Pastor TJ, man, it's always a pleasure. TJ, let's just talk about, last couple of weeks, because, there's one story that we've talked about and maybe people haven't heard it, but, you had to stay back, and you were at the church while E was on the road. And what I smile about now, just knowing the story, knowing the backstory and following you on social media, I see that you have been out with E. I've seen that you have been, in Ohio. I didn't know your family was Ohio, right? From Ohio. And I see you at the Ohio State game versus Notre Dame. Just talk about the dark times, right? you staying back and not really being able to, you know, be ready or called up, and now you're being called up. Just talk about that time and what UOU and some of those principles held you through those times.
Yeah, I got you. Look, I already got the book. I ordered a whole bunch of books. I went to Barnes and Noble. I bought the bookstore out. Listen to me very carefully. Page 189. The only way to get out of mediocrity is to keep shooting for excellence. That's the only way. And he was going out traveling the world before he was E.T. the hip-hop preacher, before he was big time. He traveling the world. He told me to stay back and take care of the church. And I'm like, I'm in mediocrity. Like I'm in average. And on page 189, the only way to get out is to keep shooting for excellence. I kept shooting for excellence. So during that time, Q, you right, I was pissed. I was hurt. I was upset. Like before there was ETA, there was what's it called? Break the cycle. And I was traveling with CJ, you know what I'm saying, a couple other people. We was all speaking. Like we was speaking, right? And I wasn't that good, but we was traveling and speaking. Then they said, well, you know what? We're just gonna feature E. I'm like, okay, cool. Can I still? No, you can't travel. Stay back. So what I learned, Q, even though I was pissed, even though I was upset, right? I still worked while I was pissed. I still worked while I was upset. I still worked while my feelings were hurt. Some people quit when they get upset. They stop working. No, I kept coming to work, and I didn't just keep coming to work. I kept coming to work, and I kept executing. So I said, you know what? If I can't go on the road and be excellent, I'm gonna be excellent right here at APOC. I'm gonna be excellent right here at Bethel. I'm gonna be excellent right here where I'm at right here. So that way, when he does come back and when it's time for me to go, I already know how to produce. I already know how to be excellent, right? Page 167. Fall in love with the process, and the results will come. You know what I'm saying? Fall in love with the process, and the results will come. Listen very carefully. I've been speaking for 13 years. 13 years. In 13 years, and in August, Q, Minnesota Vikings, NFL, Minnesota Golden Gophers, right? Florida Gators, the Ohio State football team. And as a matter of fact, not only did I speak for Ohio State, I went to the game on the sideline with E, and I'm like, okay, they're going to talk to E. They're not really going to talk to me. I ain't gonna, like I said, they ain't going to remember me. Q, all the players coming up to me, what's up, TJ, you good? I'm like, y'all remember me? I said, bro, Coach played your video before the Notre Dame game. I said, wait a minute, you mean they play E's video? They're like, no, we watched your video. You watched my video before you play Notre Dame? I'm like, let's go. Fall in love with the process. Fall in love with the process. 13 years. 13 years. I was mad. I was upset. Some people told me to quit. Some people told me to leave. Some people said, are you sure you want to keep riding with E? I fell in love with the process. And I'm in love with the results. I'm in love with the results.
I love it, TJ. Look, TJ, get some rest, man. Cause Wednesday, that's a couple hours from now.
It's going down.
Yeah, in about 7 hours, we will see you 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Instagram Live. If you follow ET, you'll see TJ pouring into the people on the 3 a.m. club, man. So it's an honor. We got to bring CJ back in, man, because this is a celebration of just the hard work that you two have put together and produced over years consistently. Man, I mean, we've heard from a lot of people this hour. Please go to uoubook.com. CJ, before we go to E, man, you know, you've heard everyone talk. The common theme is UOU. What's some of the things you would just like to say in closing?
I came on with all the IG live, so you know what I'm saying. I just been, since y'all had me on the bench, I was just vibing with the people. You know, they bought the book, they showing love. So shout out to all of them on the live. I'm gonna leave them on the live with me for a minute, even though my phone is almost going dead. What was the question, Q? Sorry, I was
just some you know, if some people right now, they need to get the book.
Yeah.
We've talked to a bunch of people about how E and yourself have changed their life and taken them to the next level.
Yeah.
If people are like, man, I'm in the wilderness. I feel like I need it, but I don't know. Yeah. What would you say to those people who are on the fence about going to uoubook.com right now?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, information changes situations. I had a conversation once with somebody who literally, in one conversation, being able to talk to that person and get information has made E and I millions of dollars. I'm not being facetious. I'm telling you, through one conversation, information changes situations. There are some things in here that is going to unlock something in you. And I'm not telling you everything in there you need. I don't know. It might be chapter 5. It might be chapter 10. I don't know. But what I'm telling you is there's information in there, and success leaves clues. And we've had a lot of it. I don't shy away from that at all. We've been able to have a tremendous amount of success. And you said something earlier that was deep. We're not talking about just E. We just had Toby on the live. We have Maul on the live. We have people who have taken the blueprint in whatever industry. I love it, Q. People come up like, hey, C, can I give you my demo? They think I'm a music exec. I'm like, I don't know nothing about music. But what I do know is what E taught us about success, and that's in the book. And so I said, if you want to know what I taught Toby through E, all you got to do is get the book. The book talks about all the principles that we apply. Practice makes permanence, right? Like that was important to us. Like practice every single day. By the time we got to the big leagues, I'm trying to tell you, we were ready. We had done it so much. CJ, you not nervous about getting on the stage in front of 10,000 people? Nope, because I was on stage in front of 50, and then 100, and then 500, and then 1,000, and then 5,000, and 10,000. Like, yo, what you want in life is right there, but you're going to have to practice, and it literally details it. What I love about the book is not only does it detail the stories of how we did it, the take-home points are right there. So if you don't have the book, go get it. Go get it and really read it. Don't read it like you're reading through a stupid magazine or something. Read it and figure out how you can apply it. I read one book, and I don't even want to pub the book like that, but whatever. It changed my life. It's called The One Thing. The book is called The One Thing by Gary Keller. That one book changed my life and made a ton of money for us. Like, and the principles that we learned from all those books we read, Outliers, Malcolm Gladwell, the classic books, those books have changed my life. Not only mentally and spiritually and all of that, financially, they have changed my life. This book can change your life financially, emotionally, your relationships, right? We have, there's some candid conversations in there about E and I's relationship. Y'all know us as brothers and all of that, but it don't mean we don't fight, and it don't mean we don't have disagreements, and it don't mean we don't get insecure, and it don't mean we don't have real life issues. But we get into that in the book, and we talk about how we get around those things. And he talks about how he went from feeling abandonment issues and getting over the fact that him and his father and his mother and him relation. He talks about all of that, and he helps you get through it. And so there's something in there for everybody. If you don't have it, go get it. And I'll tell you this, I don't shy away from saying that this is probably one of the top 5 self-help books ever written. I don't shy away from that. It's that good. And this time we went through and we did it the right way. Before, I'm not gonna lie, we put out some books and they were good. We loved them, but we were just kind of out the back of the trunk. We didn't really know exactly the format and how to make sure we labeled it correctly. Now I'm proud of them books, but I'm telling you this one is when we finally got to the Hall of Fame, where we said, you know what, we're gonna sit down during COVID, during all of that, we're gonna take our time and we're gonna take these individuals through the journey and give them all the principles. So man, I don't even know if you should be pushing order right now. You should order, and do me a favor, order the hardcover, go to Barnes & Noble, get it, something like that, or just order it off Amazon if you like me, and go get the audiobook, because the audiobook is crazy, and I watched E sit up for days and weeks and knock out that audiobook, and it sounds incredible. So get that one too. Get both, and the ebook.
Yeah.
So what's up, brother Ben X?
Shout out to Ben. What's up, Ben X?
What's up, Ben X, bro? Good to see you. Hey, let me say this to y'all. This is why you need to get the book. All right, make sure y'all you record this and put this up later. This is why you need to get the book, because all the books CJ just mentioned got all the principles in them, but they don't have you in them. I'm just being real, bro. All the books he said, all the names he named, ain't none of them from the urban community like you are. Ain't none of them, you know what I'm saying, they had a daddy in their life. Not one name he mentioned, fire principles, but they don't have you in the book. That's the difference when you read my book. You like, whoa, me. Oh, whoa, he been through what I've been through. Whoa, he know that. Oh, he's struggling with that. Oh, whoa. The other ones is principle, is not problems. You feel me? They just give you principles. They just tell you the truth. There's no transparency. They tell you the truth about the print. No transparency. My book, all transparency, bro. I don't have an ego. I don't have a, I want you to look at me a certain way. I don't care what you think about me when you read this book. I might bust your superhero up. Like, oh, I thought E was a superhero. I thought E was kill it. I'm not interested. I want you to read the book, and I want you to grow, and I want your life to be changed. I didn't want to make myself look phenomenal, and I ain't trying to make myself look like I had it all together. I was super transparent. And so I'm telling you, the difference between this book and a lot of other books you'll read is that the principles are there, but you won't see yourself in the book.
Listen, youobook.com. I'm going on Instagram and telling them go to youobook.com, purchase this book.
This Q, please.
Yes,
please
sir.
just hit me real quick. For every mother out there that's got a son that you're struggling with, give him the book. Daddy ain't like, yeah, give him the book. There's some stuff as a mother you're not going to be able to say to him. You're not going to be able to get across to him. Just give your son the book and tell him if you read the whole book, you'll give him $50. And if you don't got 50, I'll send it to you. Okay, I don't care. I'll send you $50. I just need him to read it because his life is going to be changed. That's all. That's all.
Man, I don't listen. That's
you know what I'm
saying? Listen, that's powerful. E, we're proud of you. This book, like I think CJ said it. You know, the other books, you know, you guys are proud of. But this was the one that took you guys to the Hall of Fame. This book right here, and I'm not just saying this. It's giving, as they say. It's giving classic. It's giving classic. It's giving legendary. Okay, you know. Hey guys, let's make it give New York Times bestseller, right? So I need you guys to go to youobook.com. Go to youobook.com. I know E in a couple of hours we'll be on the 3 a.m. club live on Instagram talking about the book a little bit more. It's just that important. It's just that important. And I'll tell you this, E. You know, a lot of times we have a lot of people who are a part of, you know, they have, you know, ups and downs in their life, right? There are people right now that know that they deserve more in their life, right? They know that they don't want to travel a certain way. They don't want to stay at a certain hotel. They know they just want to be able to travel. They don't want to have to listen to somebody else tell them when they can take off or when they can take a lunch. This is the book for you. This is the book for you. These are principles in this book. It was something that like slapped me today when I was listening, you know, reading this book today. I was like, all right, okay, E, I got you. It's just this book, it paints a picture of success very.
I'm cool. Can you tell us what it was? Because if you can, I'm okay with it. You try
it was one thing you said. You said, hey man, you know, I can't make you stop scrolling on your phone. I can't make you stop playing a video game, right? And sometimes we get caught up on social media where it's like, all right, no, I'm doing this, but you halfway doing it. You half stepping, you know. I know you're a fan of lyrics, you know, Big Daddy Kane. You can't half step.
Half step it.
And you said it. You said like, I can't stop you from, you know, scrolling on your phone, but you know, it's up to you. And I was like, why are you talking to me like that? I was like, all right, cool. I got you. Because, you know, everybody, we not all perfect. So I was like, all right, E, I got you, man. All right, cool. Let me put this phone down. Right. And a lot of people have an addiction to the phone. Right. A lot of people have addiction to social media. What they saying in my inbox and all of this different stuff. It's like, yo, you have the same 24 hours E has. And the principles are literally in this book. If you want the life that you want, stop saying it and start doing it, and go to youobook.com, man. So I appreciate it. I appreciate you, CJ. I love your brutal honesty. I love how you're able to rein the energy in, and we are able to produce something like this, which is a classic. And I'm only in the middle of it where I'm like, man, and I'm close. I can call both of y'all and we talk on the phone. But like for the people that can't get to you guys like that and be that tangible, it's all right here. There's not too many questions. I need to pick your brain. Here it is. Pick my brain right here. Pick my brain on you. It's called uoubook.com. You want to pick my brain? You want a meeting?
Hold on. Somebody want to say something? Step over that. Trey had a baseball game tonight, so he couldn't be with us. But okay. All right. Can you put us up?
Hey,
You gotta say, hold on, you gotta say it loud, baby.
Congratulations, Goddad.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. You should have been on the cover of the book. We would have sold more.
All right. Thank you, sweetie. Step over
I love it. Hey guys, you want to pick brains? You want to figure out how to get to the next level?
Q, you want to go tell them the story about the birthday shout out on the radio, man?
Oh, you know what? I'll say this real quick. I'll say it quickly. uoubook.com. The year was 2012. Year was 2012. I feel like Golden Girls. The year was 2012. I had my first son, and it was really hard for me because I'm like, if you're a new father, you're not really a father until the kid really needs you. So we had our first son, and I feel like I fumbled the ball, right? And then in between us having our first son and our second son, my mother is diagnosed with cancer, and I was a radio personality at the time that wanted to do TV. And everyone knew I was like, I needed something, like some motivation. I never forget, I had a lunch meeting with my man, Danny Palmels. He does sports out here. And we were talking. And he was like, yo, man, you sound like E.T. You listen to E.T.? I'm like, no, I don't know. He's like, man, you need to listen to the Detroit mixtape. And I listened to the Detroit mixtape going into work. I had a radio shift from 3 to 7 p.m. And Detroit mixtape, like, he was talking crazy to me. Like, you say you want this, but you're not doing this. I'm like, who you talking to? I was like, ooh, he talking spicy, but I loved it. And I was always like the friend that was always telling people how I felt. And this was the first time I was getting advice from somebody, one, that I didn't know, but two, I felt like it was talking directly to me. So I'll start posting stuff on Instagram. This is 2013. My birthday is in January. So it's 2012, 2013. The people at the radio station knew how much I loved E. He called me on the radio, and I was literally about to cry. This is before I was emotional, before I knew.
I got to tell the backstory. They called me, and the people at the station weren't quite as familiar. So they was like, look, bro, we got Jay-Z calling in. We got every big celebrity in the world. But for some reason, out of all of these celebrities, Q really loved E. I was like, for real? Right. They was like, you can have him call in. And man, so that part of it was hilarious to me, that you got all of these celebrities that all of these people who, influence, who calling in with millions and millions of followers, especially in 2013. And you were like, when I remember I listened, they told me like where I could listen to it on the net, on the computer. And they were just having people call. And then he was like, what up, Q? And you was like, oh no.
No. I was literally about to cry. Like, even just thinking about that time, like I can cry right now thinking about it, right? Because I know where my life was at that time. Like, I was coming from hip hop radio and coming from hip hop, and I talked about this last night. There is such a mask that we put up, like, yeah, I'm cool and I'm just this and I'm that. And I know Ludacris probably called, and I think Future may have called, or J. Cole may have called, or whatever. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. What's up, y'all? Oh yeah, look at me. But he got me through time. Like, this was a time where my mom, her cancer was going from stage 3 to stage 4. Mm-hmm. Right. And I was listening to E, and I was like, man, my wife was pregnant with our second son. And I'm like, yo, you can't mess up. You got to be excited. I wasn't excited about the first kid. I'm like, oh man, we got a kid. Right. And I had to be excited about that. But I knew my mom was going to pass. She was going to die soon. And it was like, E was getting me through those times, man. And for E to call me, and I didn't know they were doing that, I was like, like, yo, I'm thinking about the time now and I'm getting emotional because the one thing is one thing to hear E on the videos. It's one thing to hear E on TGIM. It's one thing to listen to the mixtapes, but our relationship has grown so much, and to be around him, like Carl said earlier, y'all only get, this is the icing on the cake. Like y'all think this is who he is. Nah, this dude he really is that guy.
Mm-hmm.
So back then, us just connecting, and he says something. He was like, "Man, make the rest of your life the best of your life." I'm like, "Hold up, where you going? We got to be friends." And our relationship has morphed into, a brotherhood. CJ, our relationship has morphed into a brotherhood, man. 3 a.m. club, just all these different things. He's the real deal. I've been around a lot of people y'all think y'all want to be around.
Yeah.
I've been around everybody you think you want to be around. I've been around them, and I know when I've seen their character, a lot of people's character, and I'm like, ugh, you don't want to be around. I'm telling y'all. I don't want to name names. Anybody you think in urban whatever, I've been around them.
Yeah.
And certain people, they find out who you are, like, oh, they can do something for you, and then they start changing and like, oh, I could be. He's been the same person from day one. So I just say this, man. I thank you. I urge everyone to get UOU, the book. Go to uoubook.com. And he's solid, man. He's
Yeah.
solid. And I'll tell you, you get a lot in this book. You get a lot.
Yeah. And I appreciate you sharing that story. And if you out there, listen, we're closing up. But if you out there and it's 1,000 some people on here and E did something for you, this is your opportunity to do something for him. We're serious about making the New York Times bestseller, and it has nothing to do with money. But it's to show you that you can do this thing grassroots. You can do this thing by believing in yourself, by keeping your character, by keeping your family, by keeping the people you love, by keeping your integrity financially, everything else. You can do all of those things and still make it to the top. And we want to demonstrate that to the world. So if you got a story like myself, Q, Toby, Maul, TJ, Carl, anybody who came on this live, if you got a story, this your one time, I think, that you can probably do something for E. He don't ask for a whole lot, but I think this is your one time to go buy a book, buy 2 books, buy 3 books, and show your love back to the man himself. So thank you, Q.
Yeah. No, all love, man. uoubook.com.
UOU.
Put your books up. Put them books up. Go to uoubook.com, guys. Again, if you're up at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll go a little bit deeper too. CJ, E, I love y'all, man. And come on, let's get this on the UOU. Let's get this on the New York Times bestsellers list, man.
Love y'all.
We'll see y'all soon.
You can't make me want what I don't want. You can't dangle something in front of my face that's, I don't want that. And many of you are taking anything because you don't know what you want. And so if I can do one thing for you when you leave this room, I don't want nothing from you but for you to leave this room and know what you want. What do you want in your marriage? What do you want with your son and your daughter? What do you want in your health? What do you want financially? Like, how much money do you want to make a year? What do you want to drive? How do you want to live? Stop just waking up like an accident. What do you want? And then once you find out what you want, spend the rest of your natural life waking up and going after it. The reason why I speak with so much passion, E.T., why do you speak with so much authority? Because I'm talking about my life, not something that I read. I ate out of trash cans. I had no business eating out of trash cans. I lived in abandoned buildings. I had no business living in abandoned buildings. But E.T., your daddy wasn't in your life. Your mom was a teenage mother. You grew up, come on, E, look at your shirt. That's not an excuse. There is no excuse for not living up to your fullest potential. No excuse. I told you, I didn't get a new daddy. I didn't get a new mama. What changed? I changed. And I stopped being a victim. I stopped saying I've got to wait for good things to happen to me. And I said, I'm going to grind. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work. I'm going to press toward. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do everything in my power. Every single day, I'm going to do everything in my power to become a victor and not a victim. Now, let me say this before I move forward, and I can't explain it, but you better feel me. Winners win and losers lose. I can't explain it any better than that. I don't know how it happens, but winners win. And if you create a culture of losing, if you keep being a victim, if you keep letting losing happen to you, if you keep letting people do you and treat you any kind of way, it's going to become a culture. Let me tell y'all, I'm not from New Zealand, guys. Come on, listen to me very closely. I'm not from New Zealand, but I know about, let me say it this way so I can help you. I know about what team. I've never seen All Blacks play a day in my life. I've never been to the stadium. Where's the stadium? Help me out. Where's the stadium? Okay, I'm going. See what I did? I've never been to the stadium. You're like, Eric, the stadium, that's Hobbit that way, Eric. That's not the stadium. The stadium is this way. I've never been there a day in my life. And if you watch some of my videos, I have All Blacks in my videos. Why? Because they're what? They're winners. And when you're a winner, you don't even stay in your own little town. When you're a winner, winning spreads. So everybody, I got videos where I'm like, y'all, I don't really know how to show my passion. Somebody said, get the All Blacks. I'm like, yep, that's what I need, All Blacks. Yep, I need the All Blacks. I need the All, why? Because they say what I'm saying. They just said it in rugby. I don't know. I'm like, woo, that's a violent sport. Their passion is all over there. Why? Because winners win. And I can't explain it to you, but you better stop making excuses and find a way to win. Because once you start winning, you go from 1,500 to 3,000 to 5,000 to 7,000. You remember, see? From 7 to 10. Nothing changed. We're still in the basement. We don't have a building. We still use the garage for all of our products. We don't have business cards. We don't have a 5-year plan. We don't have a 3-year plan. How do you do it then? We wake up and grind. Winners win. I focus more on winning than I focus on structure. I focus on winning. And when you become a winner, they start seeing you with winners. You get from being a loser, low self-esteem, doubt, and fear. And if you can find your way on this side, guys, it's sweeter on this side. You know what's so funny? We want people to make guarantees to us, but we're not willing to make guarantees to ourselves. Now, I'm going to say it again. Like somebody gave you a guarantee, $30-day guarantee. In 30 days, if you don't make what they told you was going to make, in 30 days, you got an attitude, you want your money back. But you've never demanded your money back from yourself. You've never looked at yourself in the mirror and said, you let you down. Until you get to that point, you let you down. You're not brave enough. You want to put it on somebody else. The reason why I'm not successful is because of my boss. Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and said, I'm not getting up on time. I'm not going to work on time. I'm not putting in 120% when I'm at work. I let me down. And when you get to the point where you can say you let you down, I don't care. Listen to me, no disrespect. I don't care about Glenn. That's not why I do what I do. And I love Glenn. I don't come here and do what I do so Glenn can affirm me, so he can give me a pat on my back. I care more about me than I care about what Glenn thinks about me. I have standards. I have values. I don't care how much you pay me. If I speak at an elementary school for $300, I chose to do that for $300. If I chose to speak at a prison for free, I chose to do that. And I will not go in there giving those prisoners less than what somebody pays me $100,000. Why? Because I value myself enough to give 120% or don't do it. And that's the problem with some of you. You always want to blame other people. You want to hold other people to the fire, but you're not holding yourself to the fire. You just said you're giving 50%. You owe you an explanation. You owe you an explanation. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, why are you only giving 50%? What's wrong with you? You need to put yourself on punishment. You need to tell you no more TV, no more snacks, no more desserts, no, we working out now. No more alcohol, not right now. No, I can't handle it right now. You need to tell you that you owe you something. Stop going back to, you keep going to the mall with the receipt. This is what y'all said it was. Glenn, you didn't do what you said you was going to do. Well, you didn't do what you were supposed to do, so how am I going to do what I'm supposed to do for you? You walk out of this room, you owe yourself. I didn't get here making excuses. So what, my father wasn't in my life? The truth of the matter is he ain't never come into my life. So what, I'm going to wait for the rest of my life for my man to come? He ain't coming. I live in America. I'm an African-American male. They don't treat us the same. It's something called racism. I ain't gonna cry about it. It's probably gonna be racism to the day I die, but I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm still gonna be a millionaire. I'm still gonna be one of the top motivational speakers in the world. No, I didn't grow up on that side of the town. No, my mama don't have no network. No, I don't know a whole lot of people. No, I'm not at a country club. No, I don't play golf, and I don't plan on playing no time soon. But I'm still gonna be successful. I'm still gonna get to where they are. Why? Because I owe it to myself. And can't nobody stop me but me. And you need to get rid of them excuses, and you need to stop pointing fingers at people. And you need to start pointing fingers at yourself. What did you not do?